YouTube.
You
We
can go
got
live on YouTube.
yeah,
Yeah.
StreamYard.
you can.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that? Well,
Oh, there we go.
obviously,
We're
it's
live
on.
now.
We're
I
live.
think I
All
do
right,
these things.
take it away.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's Billy and B Town, Meridian Real Estate, and I am in Florida. And today we have an awesome coffee chat because I've got these wonderful fellows with me today. We are going to just be talking about anything and everything, but mainly we all attended the Miami RE Bar Camp yesterday. Go Miami YPN.
Yeah, there
And
you go.
I would just love to kind of get what your guys' biggest takeaway. So if you don't know what RE Bar Camp is, it's kind of the unconventional convention. So it's great. You have all these roundtables driven by topics chosen by you. And you're just gaining some, introspect from other realtors. And I learned so much. I have like a whole book just filled with notes. So I want to maybe just have each of you introduce yourselves real quick to everybody out there. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I'll start with you, Khalid.
All right. So I'm Khalid Bryan. I'm a broker and owner of the Investment Property Gurus. And this was actually my first time going to RE Bar Camp. This is actually my first year on the board. I just joined YPN. And my biggest takeaway was just how really different of an experience that was, because I never went to formal college. I went to college just for, paramedic school. So that's very different from the experience we got just sitting in the big rooms and just idea sharing. And it's always interesting when you give an idea and people, and like, oh, you like that idea? So it's just, what's the word I want to use here? Reassuring. It's reassuring that you're in the right place, you're doing the right thing, and just like learning from people who are on the same path and doing better than you is really important to get around rooms like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because you always want to surround yourself with successful people because that's who you learn from, right?
I learned so much.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And we are in your beautiful studio here
Thank
in
you.
Fort Lauderdale. Thank you so much for letting us
Happy
use
to
it and
help.
setting up this amazing. We're also on a podcast too, you guys. At the
Yeah,
same time.
this is
It's
a
very
lot's
nice.
happening right now.
Yeah. And I can hear my voice really good in these headphones, and I hate it.
You get used to it.
It sounds great.
Yeah, it teaches your range.
It makes me want to whisper so I sound sexy.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not gonna lie, this is
Yeah.
nice. I like this. I like where this is going.
Well, now I understand why my girl's like, whisper in my ear.
Whisper.
Now you get it. Now you get it.
Whisper me sweet nothing.
I mean, you said unfiltered, so.
Hey,
But
Hey, no, this is
if,
fun.
if
Yeah.
my voice sounds like this, I want to whisper in my ear.
hey.
Yeah.
So- I don't know. I get it.
See, I've always been told I sound like Gilbert Godfrey, so it's always like ingrained in my brain. Like, don't sound like Gilbert Godfrey.
Who's Gilbert Godfrey?
He's like
Are
an
you
old
serious?
comedian.
Do you remember Aladdin, the Aladdin
Yes.
cartoon? You remember the parrot
He was
with
the
that really annoying
Yeah.
voice?
Iago?
Gilbert
Yeah.
Godfrey.
Okay.
That's me.
Iago.
That's my voice.
Is it really your voice?
Yeah, that's what I've been
So
told.
there- yeah.
I'm gonna watch Aladdin and I'm
I
gonna
should've just
figure
asked
it
you.
out. I'm gonna turn my AC on because I wore this sweater for you guys because I'm thinking.
Oh.
So this is my thought process with the sweater. I
Yes.
had the AC pumping in here because I'm like, okay, Nebraska, Montana, this Florida, they gonna like it cold. So
Yeah.
I had it freezing in here and then they didn't like it, and now I'm hot.
Everybody shows up wearing shorts, and I got my little Hawaiian shirt on. That's how I roll.
I
But
wanted them
yeah.
to feel at home.
It is a little toasty now, though. It is. I will admit, it is a little toasty.
What I've learned about Florida is the outside is hot and the inside is
Yes.
really, 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 really cold.
You
Yeah,
guys have
we-
to wear layers here.
And I came for the warmth.
That's
not
Yeah.
the
the
joke that I
cold.
make. I
Yeah,
say,
well.
when you come to Miami, it's like going to Denver, but the layers are different.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
how little clothing can I wear when I'm outside, and then when I'm inside, I need to put on my jacket and my second pair of
Yeah,
long
parka.
underwear,
Yeah.
Yeah.
parka and a hat.
You ever like practice a
Yeah.
conversation? So in my head, when I'm coming here, they would get in and be like, oh my gosh, thank God, it's so cold in here. I've
Feels
been in
like-
nothing but heat since I landed. I thought it would be a breath of fresh air. That's what I was going
Yeah.
for. But
No,
Feels
it was
like home.
wonderful.
okay,
We
good.
appreciate the compliment.
Yes, thank
That's
you.
all that matters. It's the thought. It's the thought.
But it is getting a little toasty.
Yeah. See. Now you see why I did it.
And the humidity. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Coming from dry land in Montana, you come here and you're just like constantly just wet.
Yeah, and we got all these like electronics firing off.
Yes,
AC. It's an AC kind of day.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's an AC kind of day. Okay,
Yes.
so tell me
Yeah,
about
go
you.
ahead.
Me. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this as my intro to my Instagram.
Yeah,
too.
do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
So-
Yeah.
Hi, I'm
Live
Nick
with the
Tiger
mic.
Quay, a Miami realtor over 17 years, and we're here on a podcast and a live show at the same time. Say hi.
What's
Hello.
up?
And I'm going to drop the link right here. So if you want to follow the live, just click the link right here, right now.
Do it.
All right. So we were talking about RE Bar Camp yesterday,
Yes.
which is one of my favorite events of the year. And I've been with Miami Association of Realtors Leadership for about 2 years now, and a Florida governor. I think it's my third or fourth year as a Florida governor.
Oh wow.
Ari Bar Camp's great. Inez Hegedus Garcia was one of the founding members of the concept to bring it into real estate from the tech world. And, one of my favorite parts is that I think the key word for this type of event is collaboration.
Oh yeah.
When you show up early, people are putting the topics that they're interested in or problems they want to have solved or things they want to share on little sticky notes, and we put them on the whiteboard. And then at the end, we have 70 to 100 topics, and then they're chosen. So the concept of the event is that you have, 4, 5, 6 rooms. Maybe there's a session every 30 minutes. It's a 25-minute session, 5-minute break. But it's beautiful because you never know what's going to happen in the rooms. You know it's going to be collaborative. You know that it's going to be different people sharing. Sometimes you go into one room and you have, could be the chairman for the Florida Board of Realtors or our friends from around the country here joining in, sharing their expertise and sharing their experiences. And so it's a real beautiful event because it allows agents, both new, that have been around for a while, older, people that want to change up their business, people that want to learn something new and kind of find different thoughts that maybe they never thought of. It's the perfect event for this.
Yeah.
And I just love being in that collaborative environment with all different types of people because the knowledge that we have is all similar, but the way that we've executed is completely different. So I did learn a lot yesterday. One of the main things was, I think my buddy Matt was speaking, and he was just talking about kind of like how to lead your team, how to do your time value and the types of things that you should be doing and do the things that you're passionate about. And even when everyone else is telling you, hey, that's not really possible, it really is. And a lot of it just comes from mindset first and the things that you believe and the words that you use with yourself first. And that's something I deeply believe in. And it's something I needed to hear this week as well, kind of as a reminder to the way that I've operated for a long time. So that was kind of my takeaway.
That's
and then
awesome.
just all the cool AI and tech stuff and
the AI
different
stuff,
marketing
that's
conversations we were having. And what was it?
That was a struggle I had. It would be 2 classes I wanted to go to at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well,
sucked.
that always happens. But
Yeah. It's all good. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
that's
Kyle. I'm
good.
sorry I cut you off.
You didn't
Go,
cut me
Kyle.
off. Okay.
He's so modest.
I'm Kyle Schultz. I am from a lot of places now. So I've been in real estate in Omaha, Nebraska for almost 13 years. In 2 weeks is my 13-year anniversary. Yay! So I've been up there with Berkshire Hathaway Home Service Ambassador Real Estate in Nebraska and Iowa. So I have to say that because Nebraska marketing rules, I have to anything that I'm promoting
Disclaimer.
myself. That's my disclaimer.
Oh, you do?
Real estate commission in Nebraska, it's a little strict. So there you go.
So
Here's
crazy.
my thing. No fines.
There it is.
Or
I
taking
didn't
me-
know that.
Yeah. It's a
Which
thing.
mic am
I'm licensed in Iowa too. And then a couple months ago, maybe 2-3 months ago, I now have a Florida real estate license. So I'm also a Miamian. Is
A
Miamian the
Miamian?
right
Yeah,
term?
yeah, that is a
Okay.
thing. That
I
is
was
a thing. Yeah.
Wait a second. That sounds right.
Miamian.
But I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe
Floridian, Miamian, I think, yeah.
I think the first year you're still kind of like a tourist exploring, getting your
Yeah.
toes wet. And by the second year, you're Miami.
Fine. I'm
sounds
a
gonna be a hard time.
tourist.
I
Baby
saw
steps,
the
Kyle.
decline in his mood when you told him
I
that.
can
Oh.
still
No,
be
no.
I'll still take the term snowbird.
No.
That's fine.
No, but here's the thing: you're doing it the right way. You're showing up wearing shorts and a
Yeah.
short
Yeah.
sleeve shirt.
That's
and
it.
everybody that's lived in Miami a long time is envious because they think that it's not cool, but it is, dude. You're showing up how you should be.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
welcome to Miami.
Thank
You
you.
had an amazing Miami shirt on yesterday.
I wish.
did.
Do we have
I
a picture
have
of
it-
Kyle from yesterday?
I'm
Not
sure-
now,
I
but-
mean, Billy has some pictures.
Billy,
of
Yeah,
me.
I
drop
got
it.
pictures. I
We
got
gonna
it.
drop it.
Okay,
We
we'll
gonna
do
drop
it.
it.
I kind of have a new Miami wardrobe.
I like
Oh,
it. I
it's-
like it. Yeah, you
you
rebranding.
think
I
of
like
Miami
this.
I kind of am
Okay.
rebranding myself.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah, go Kyle.
Um,
Go Kyle. New Kyle.
because I've noticed like I look like a Nebraskan. Like my clothes are not the same as these people. I stick out too much. But
I,
like
I get that.
your clothes are kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
I want to try this out.
Yeah.
So I've also
Tropical.
been adding some new pieces on the Nebraska side that are a little more fun and tropical too.
So do you have like your closet separated? Nebraska, Miami.
It's like there's 2 versions of Kyle.
No, but I do have my closet separated by T-shirts and then collared shirts.
Okay, I got a
short
funny
sleeves,
story.
Mine
And
too.
then they're all in
Is yours-
rainbow order for
He
organization.
Kyle,
is
this is
very
crazy.
particular.
My closet is also color coordinated and
What?
sorted by shirt type.
Oh,
Awesome.
Yes,
I like
you do that?
I'm
Yeah,
not.
and then I put the really nice shirts that I wear with my suit jackets up on top next to the button downs in its
Yeah.
own little area.
This is crazy.
You
Well,
guys are organized.
This is crazy.
Dude, it's got to be efficient.
I wonder if there's a relation that we're all super organized guys and we're all in real estate. Like, do you think having that sort of like organization skill pushes you into this profession?
That's a good question.
No.
Do we want to
No
talk
relation.
about how we?
I mean-
do we want to talk about our real estate story? How we got?
Yeah,
into it?
how did you get here?
You want to know how I got here?
Yeah, we'll start here then Kyle, and then
All right,
Okay.
so I'm going to try to give you the quickest version possible.
All right.
So I was a chef for a long time. Food's been my passion, one of my biggest passions since I was a child. I was always cooking. My grandparents were cooking. My dad wanted to be a chef, and he was in the army, and so he traveled all over the world. He's a 24 year retired Army colonel, and so he was always traveling and going all over the world. And he'd bring us home these cookbooks. My favorite ones were from Korea. Didn't have a lot of English in them, but it had photos of what you had to do and the
Okay.
steps to cook. So I was playing with those and pulling out the cards when I was a kid. And long story short, I had taken a class in high school and excelled, won some cooking competition that I wasn't supposed to win because I was too young. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Started working in restaurants, became a chef, moved down to Miami. I was living in Brazil before. I went from
Wow.
DC to Captiva Island to Brazil to Miami for college. And went to culinary school and then hotel school. While I was in hotel school, I was running a restaurant. There was a GM and a partner over there. And then I started getting really sick. I was having like all these health issues and GI issues, and I was in a lot of pain, and so much pain that it was really hard for me to stand up in the kitchen. I couldn't, you guys had dinner with me last night.
Mhm.
So I wasn't able to eat the food that I was cooking. And all the doctors couldn't really give me a good diagnosis. They said, oh, well, you're allergic to dairy and you can't eat cockroaches.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Well,
you did the test.
Oh,
They
sorry.
said I could eat the African cockroaches, the really big ones, but I couldn't eat the American and the German ones. And I was like, well, how about I just eat no
It's a
cockroaches?
test. It's a thing.
Oh, it's silly. So anyway, they were wrong. What? Not about the cockroaches.
How
I
about
haven't tried
How
that.
did you find out?
But they were wrong about the dairy. A couple years later, I tried some goat cheese. I was all upset. I went into my GI doctor and I took a big block of goat cheese, took a bite. They start freaking out. Well, it turns out that at the time my body was just having a lot of weird reactions that we haven't really been able to put a medical term to yet. And I'm okay with that now.
Mhm.
But the end result was changing my diet to, for a while, grilled chicken and steamed vegetables. That was like my safe diet.
Mhm.
I would still get sick sometimes, but not all the time. I lost 25% of my body weight.
Wow.
So I went from 215 to 161. It was,
Oh wow.
pretty sick for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, the real estate, one of my kind of big brother mentors at the time said, hey, brother, you're really good with people. You're good at selling. You've helped do some valuations on some hotels and restaurants in the area. Why don't you get your real estate license and come work with me? He was working for a huge developer at the time. He was a director of sales. And so I said, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I could pick my schedule. If I was sick or had to go to the doctors or in the hospital, I wouldn't lose my job.
Mhm.
And so I was still able to create something where I could serve people, be creative, and kind of use my expertise with that and use my love for people, and just build a business around it. And then I really started to fall in love with it. It took a couple of years for me to really understand what it was like. And then I hit that kind of like aha moment, where I think we all hit that in real
Mhm.
estate, where you go, oh, wow, I know what I'm doing now. Like, this
Mhm.
is cool. And I just stayed with it, and I've just built on that and absolutely love it. And it's led to more public speaking and other opportunities and a lot of video things that I really love. And so I just took all my passions as a child and the things that I missed about being a chef, about doing the show, cooking in front of people, putting food in front of you, and you go, oh my God, chef, what is
Mhm.
this? And I was able to take that mentality and apply it to real estate. So that's kind of the short version.
That's
That's
what's cool
crazy.
about real estate.
Yeah.
Is that there's so many like avenues.
Oh,
that
yeah.
you can
Yeah.
take,
That was a
right?
story.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome.
That was a jam-packed story. Kyle, you gotta
I cannot top that.
well
Well,
what you got?
But I will tell my story because that's all I can do.
That's it.
So I went to college and did not know what I wanted to do. I was undecided for the first 2.5 years. And then thought about different things. I had wanted to be like a landscape architect at one point, and interior designers, like everything I've ever wanted to do involved a house. But I was also raised where like a doctor or attorney is the pinnacle of success and like the only thing that's acceptable. But then like I moved to Omaha with my family when I was 15. So I was old enough to be pretty involved in the house hunting process, and looking through houses. I'm like, that was kind of fun. And I can make as much, if not more, than a doctor or attorney
Yeah,
doing
that's
this.
true.
So I took one real estate class in college. I liked it. Took another one, got my license, finished out my degree 2 years later. Had my license. I didn't really do anything during that time because I was in college. But it was a good opportunity to like learn and do so that when I graduated, then I could kind of go a little more full force. So that was a nice transition.
Nice. That's awesome. And look at you
That's
now.
awesome.
Look at you.
And look at me now.
Look at
Look at me now.
I
I'm getting
I went through
papers.
one transition. So the 15-year-old move, I went from a town of 1,000 people
Oh, wow.
to Omaha, which is about 1 million people, where my high school was double the size of the entire population of
Damn.
the previous town.
Jeez.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
That's like a
And-
culture shock.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would have graduated with like 28-ish kids,
awesome.
which was the largest class in decades, and they didn't know how to
Really?
handle 28 kids in
Yeah.
at one class.
I can imagine.
So now I'm doing that again. I had one culture shock, and I'll just go from Omaha to Miami. I've done it before.
Just
It'll be
jump in.
fine.
Well,
Yeah.
welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad you're here. You want to go or you want me to?
You go first.
Yeah. All right. So my long story short is I worked at a grocery store from when I was like 16, and I would always just flip my checks because like little 200 a week. So I would go on eBay, buy like anything on a wholesale, and I just sell it to all my friends. So I'd buy like 50 pocket knives for like $50 and then sell them to my friends. I'd buy anything like that. Years into this, I ended up getting fired because I tried to sell something I found in Lost and Found, and that's stealing.
Oh,
That's stealing.
no.
So lost my job and couldn't get another job, So I'm like, well, what do? I know how to sell things. So I got like $200 that I just decided to start saving. So I would wake up at 7 a.m. and go to yard sales. Now I'm buying things from there, selling it on eBay. So I'm doing it in reverse. So then I'll buy from eBay, sell in the streets, buy in the streets, sell on eBay.
Oh, wow.
And this is how I'm figuring out. So it's like, well, what's next? What do I do from here? So Cash for Gold just came out around this time. So I bought a gold testing kit, learned how to do it. Now I'm a gold buyer, and I met a refiner in Brickell. Nice guy, Robert Scott, nice guy. So that was what I was doing. Then it was like, okay, this is kind of slowing down. Now what? So then I found out, well, I was supposed to move to Fort Walton Beach to help someone run the dealership, and I was going to do a Cash for Gold in the back, so you can come in with a chain and leave with a car. You could,
Oh.
yeah, that was my idea. All right, so they can bring in gold and use that as a down payment. I'll give you the cash. So that ended up not working out. So I said, I'll just do it here. Came back here, got my auction license, and now I'm an auto broker. I'm getting cars in the auction. I'm charging people $1,000 to take them to the auction. And now I'm just doing cars. So just like, all right, this is hot. This is tiring. What's next? So then I'm like, real estate license. So I'm like, now I'm selling houses. And when I'm in real estate, I'm just applying the same thing I've always done. So if I see a for sale by owner sign, I'm like, okay, that's like a yard sale. Let me see what they got going on. And next thing you know, I'm getting listings and I'm brand new,
Nice.
So my first office had like this listing board and my name is bomb. And the season agent's like, how are you doing this? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's how I got here. That brokerage, he ended up selling the brokerage because you can do that. You can build a brokerage and sell it. And I said, that's a great idea. I'm not selling mine. But the next broker I went to, he died. So his son took over. It got weird. And then after that, I was like, well, what am I going to keep brokerage hopping? I'll just be a broker. So here I am. I'm a
Nice.
broker. And
Very entrepreneurial
awesome.
spirit.
Yeah,
And I think
yeah.
a lot of real estate agents do. You have to have that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
Because you are an entrepreneur.
yeah, fight or flight.
Yeah.
Really,
heck
fight or
yeah.
flight.
You got to get creative.
Yeah.
And make things work.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
this
that's
was,
awesome.
I'm about 9 years in now.
Dang.
9 years in, still
That's
going.
great.
I'm curious then, because so you have the AV club as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah.
Do you still do anything with cars? Do you have
This is more fight or flight right here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I had a season in real estate where things slowed down,
Which
and I'm like,
happens.
oh my god, what am I gonna do? I tried to survive for like a couple weeks, and then I'm like, all right, things are way too late. So I tried to get a job running other brokerages. No one would hire me. I'm like, are you freaking serious? I'm a broker. Look what I built. So I'm like, you know what? All right. So I had one check coming in. It was like 15 grand, and I said I might not see this again. So I took the entire check and just bought studio equipment and just built out my little. I just had a tiny real estate office. No one would come to it. So I'm like, well, let's make a tiny studio. And I just started renting it out. And so now I at least had money to survive between
Wow,
checks.
That's smart.
Wow, that's really smart.
Yeah. And then real estate just picked back up because I shifted gears. Whenever it slows down, I was doing regular buyer and seller. It slowed down. Now I'm going to do property management. That stressed me out entirely too much. I cut that off. Now I'm only going to work with landlords because I have a property management background. That was going great. Then I said, all right, what's next? I'm having a baby. I need to be a broker. If I'm going to be a broker, I'm going to be a broker.
Right.
So all of my clients, every single deal I shared with a different one of my agents. At my peak, I had 15 agents. It went good. And I would write classes, and every week I would teach them a different thing. And sometimes I would even like recommend classes to the board and have, board members come in and teach classes. But it just slowed down because their morale, you know,
It's hard.
I try, but it's hard to keep it up. So my clients would come back pissed off. And,
Yeah.
you know, so that was a whole year of a reduction I had. So now I'm back. I'm like, I'm just going to do it myself. And I'm just going to start over and build a new team. And my favorite agents will keep rocking. And then I'm just going to, that's where I am right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good job.
And that's why I went to Ari Bar Camp to figure out what you guys are all doing.
Yeah.
Y'all doing a lot. Y'all doing a lot. Yeah. So
Yeah, no,
That's good.
I started in 2009,
Mhm.
which was probably like the worst time you can start in real
that's
estate.
a lot.
But I was a advertising sales consultant for 7 years before that, and my friends had bought their first house and they used a realtor. And I'll give her a shout out, Jenny Jensen.
Shout out,
And
Jenny.
yeah, and I met her, and so then we bought our first house, and she's like, "Hey, have you ever thought about getting into real estate?" I'm like, "No." Like, I was making good money, what I was doing, and I enjoyed what I was doing. I'm like, "No, it's not even on my radar." Well, as time went by, things were happening at my job. I wasn't liking it anymore. And I thought, and she kept bugging me about it. I'm like, all right, fine. So I quit my job. I just totally quit it, got my real estate license. I had like $11,000 saved from my 401k. And I was like, all right, let's do this. Right. And the first 6 months, of course, it's 2009, was like horrible. Like, I didn't make a sale. My first sale was a mobile home, and that didn't even pay like my expenses or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? And I remember my boss, when I quit, he says to me, "Are you effing stupid?"
Oh my
He
God.
said that to me from
Wow.
across the desk when I quit. And I was like, I just got up, I walked out, and
Wow.
I never turned back. But real estate, just for those people that are new, it's not going to be like what you see on the shows, where is this easy, like 1, 2, 3 house, pick one. I mean, it is a lot of work. It's hard, but if you love it, you'll make it work. You just have to keep going. And I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I made the move. And I'm so glad that she, begged me to.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's my quick short story.
Oh, I was actually a school photographer for a short time too.
Okay.
A little
There
fun
you
fact
go.
about me. That's how I know how to use a camera.
Nice.
School photographer. I took yearbook pictures and prom pictures.
I love it.
Mhm.
Well, as far as pictures, I know some of the things we talked about was branding. You have I love your branding.
Thanks.
So
I just learned about it.
yeah,
and I love it.
Yeah, because you're known as Tiger, right?
Yeah, it's been my nickname for a long
Yeah.
time. And then, so that's kind of an interesting story. Inez helped me a lot with that one too, because she would always give me a hard time. She goes, God, and then, my buddy Jeff Lobb, shout out to Jeff Lobb, is an amazing speaker,
Mhm.
mentor, one of the guys I know from Inman. So I knew them from the Inman circuit, speaking at national conferences way before I did anything at the board level here. But I was Nick Tiger Quay of Nick Quay Real Estate Group, a Coldwell banker, and it had my logo was like a shadow of me. Then I had me on the paddleboard on a suit and bow tie with my cute little dog in front of this $20 million house. There's a lot going on. And so we really kind of focused everything down. What's the essence of what I want to portray in my business? And what do I want people to immediately know and recognize in the first 2 seconds of seeing anything that I do? And that was kind of it. We came out to strength, resilience, creativity, someone that's willing to take a risk. And if you look at the essence of a tiger and mythology and all the different theories behind what it means as a spirit animal, it's literally that. And I'm like, oh, it's already my name. Let's go for it. And so we took my logo and put a tiger with the hair, the bow tie, and the glasses. And then everything really took off. Not one person has ever asked me, what's it going to, like when I'm interviewing an agent, they'd say, what's it going to take to change it from Nick Quay Real Estate Group to the Quay Jones or Quay Smith or Quay whatever? And I'm like, you haven't even sold a house yet. How the hell are you asking me this? So when I made it Tiger Team, the only question I get is, what's it going to take for me to become a Tiger?
Oh my God.
And my first interview, when I interviewed an agent with that, I was like, poof, this light bulb went off. I was like, what?
That's
I was
brilliant.
like, what
You
did
got
do?
something there.
Yeah, and it's fun too. Like I told you a little while ago.
Yeah.
When I go to these conferences, whether I'm speaking or just attending, nobody forgets a 6'2" tiger. And then I rock the tiger jackets. I got tiger glasses, the shoes, but it's all part of the brand and part of people knowing who you are. And I think as a realtor, anyone that's in sales, especially in a highly competitive market like down here, branding's important. What you stand for is important, and then people knowing what that is, and even just conversation starters. I'm not saying everybody has to run around in a snakeskin jacket or whatever they identify with, but it's something that's really kind of helped. And the more branding consultants I talk to say, hey, triple down, go bigger, go bigger, go bigger. Even wrap your car. And I'm, it's one of those things where it's what I believe in. It's how I am. I've always had that fight in me and fight for others. And it just kind of all made sense for me for my brand. So.
Wow.
And I love that he wears this
Oh.
big tiger head. And I love
I'll have
that
a
so
ti-
much.
yeah.
I just
So-
thought you were well dressed. I didn't even think you were doing
Thanks.
something on purpose.
Yeah. So the tiger helmet is special request only. That's
Really?
a special
Really?
request. Yeah. I'll go to
Okay.
listing appointments and I tell you a short version, but I went to one and it was like $1 million home. And at the end of the appointment, I look at them and I'm ready for them to say, yes, we want to sign. And there was a pause. And I'm like looking at her. I'm like, Adriana? She's like, yes. She's like, well, Tiger, I know it's not a $4 million house, but you haven't mentioned the Tiger paddleboarding in my pool yet. And I kind of pause. And then I look at the husband and he's quiet. And he's like, or the hot rod. That's what he says.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I look at her and I was like, Adriana? She's like, yes, Tiger. I'm like, would you like me to wear the tiger helmet and paddleboard in your pool? It's like, yes. And then I look at the husband. I'm like, Rudy. He's like, yes, Tiger. I'm like, would you like me to drive the hot rod? He's like, I told you he was the one that took.
awesome.
But so sometimes it's kind of crazy, but the branding comes before me sometimes.
Yeah.
People know me for that.
Wow.
And I've gotten calls from people saying, we've looked at houses all over the world and we've seen thousands of homes online over 20 years in searching. And there's only one house we remember. And I'm like, which one's that? And they go, you don't know? And I said, no. They go, the one of you with a unicorn doing yoga in front of a rainbow eucalyptus tree on an estate in Redland. No, seriously.
Wow.
I paddleboard on the pool. There was a really interesting shot of a rooster. My buddy, I didn't plan this. We come around the corner. I have my professional photography team there. And there's a cabana bathroom outside on the property.
Yeah.
Really nice. We can't find Carlos, who's dressed up as the rooster. So every animal was a character stereotype for an individual. Because there's no nuclear family today, right? Everybody has their own preference. You have different people from different places and races coming together. So I was like, how do we tell the story of this perfect pandemic home to quarantine and chill in without leaving people out? We're just going to use animals. And then it's more of a personality trait thing. So anyway, we're looking for Carlos, can't find him. It's time to shoot the cabana bathroom. And he knew this. We go to kick back the door to get the shot. And he's sitting in there. It looks like he's got his pants down because he taken his shirt off and he's got it over his legs. And it was the funniest thing. So we used it in the marketing and it went nuts. Everybody's like, what the hell are you doing? You should have. And we just thought it was great, but people remember that.
Yeah.
So I get phone calls and it's like, can you bring the rooster? I'm like, can I bring? Thanks, Carlos.
The rooster.
It's like, well, they want the rooster. They want the unicorn. They just want the whole thing because it's unique and it's different.
and it sets
so
it apart. Yeah.
it does, yeah. And then we've used it in videos too, but I literally get requests. It's like, can you do a more tiger video than this one? And I mean, I'm going to have to start jumping out of helicopters, landing on my paddleboard now because
Oh, jeez.
I've been
I think
talking
he'd do
about
it.
that.
You do
I've
it.
been trying, man. I can't get the Coast Guard to approve it. We
Yeah.
tried. No, I actually tried.
I want to see that.
But the point is it's been fun because it also allows me to really push the envelope and push myself.
Yeah.
And then there's other legal reasons behind why the Tiger Masks works in marketing.
That's awesome.
You want to know? You give me a look.
Well, I'm like tiger and legal reasons on a
Well-
mask. Like this is not making sense in my head. So yes, I would like to know,
So-
please. I'm gonna
Anyway,
keep
Hello,
looking
Kyle.
at you and
Hello,
like,
Kyle.
There,
Bring him anytime. Kyle's the best. Go ahead. Please tell the story.
God's like, give
I've
me the
never
form.
told this one on camera before, and that's gonna get me in trouble. But I'll probably tell you this one off mic.
Yeah. Let's not get
as
anybody-
long as I get to know.
I'll tell you.
Kyle's
Sorry,
like,
guys. It's one of my steamy little
Sorry.
secrets.
Make sure my
Secret.
camera's
You should have
okay.
been here. You should have come to Miami Ari Bar.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't even
all I
tell
have
it at
to
Ari
say.
Bar.
Well,
But it's
I mean,
funny.
no, that's
we
what I'm
had
saying.
to. We
But,
had to.
like
push.
we're here because we all
Yeah, yeah.
were at
Oh,
this event
yes,
yesterday.
should've come
So
to Ari
like
Bar.
you
Yeah.
could
What
been in this
But
room.
we had to get attorneys involved to make sure that this was going to be something that we were able to do. It was really interesting.
Oh.
I got a lot of pushback, but the point is it works.
Yeah, totally.
So, anyway.
Well, and that's what's fun
okay.
about, because I'm a very creative minded person. I'm a dancer and part of the arts, and I love to act, right? So I use that in my branding. I have Wanda Buy a House, who's a character. I don't know. You
I like
guys
it.
have
Oh
it.
yeah,
I like it.
And she's like this older, well, she's supposed to be an older lady that's stuck in the 80s. You know, she's got the whole like, anyway, people love her.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be this fluky thing I did one day, and she's blown up. She has her own Instagram account. People are like, is Wanda here? Is she coming? Like, and it's
What?
fun because
Wait,
I
I
can
wanna
use,
follow you
yeah,
right
you gotta
now.
Yeah,
follow
like
her.
to
I'm
national
also gonna
conferences.
follow.
I wanna
Wanda.
follow
What's the
Wanda.
Instagram? What is it?
Wanda Buy a House.
Wanda. Oh,
Wait a
at
minute.
Wanda.
Wait,
So,
Wanda Buy a House.
I saw Wanda and Kevin
Yes.
do a video together.
Yes.
That was you. Oh my
that
god.
that was me.
Because I was like, tell me that's not a real person. I was like, I hope it's a real person. But what the hell's Kevin doing with her?
Right? Like,
No,
why
that.
is Kevin with this lady?
Oh my
No,
God.
but
she's the pinnacle. She's the leader of all the YPN world.
yeah, she's walked around
Yeah.
NAR convention,
Oh,
like,
that's so
yeah.
funny.
So people like, where's Wanda? Is
Wanda
she
Buy
coming?
a House.
Yes. And then recently I started another character, Anita Sell a House, and she's kind of like the
What?
naughty real
Man.
estate agent, right? That is like just unethical stuff, breaks
Mhm.
the rules, and Wanda's like
Spicy.
the perfect. Yeah.
she's like, okay.
So it's fun because I'm taking what I
That's
love
awesome.
to do. I mean, I always wanted to be in Broadway and acting. Well, that's obviously never going to happen for me. So this is my outlet, right?
yeah.
It's still good.
And it's working and it's fun. So what do you like to do for your branding?
First of all, branding, it was the hardest thing to come about in any business, I realized. But my branding, I came about the deal closers. So we are the investment property gurus, and my thought process was that behind this was just like these cool, well-dressed people that come through. They have so much educational like information about your property, and they just close the deal flawlessly. Like it's just easy. Like, oh, I want to go with the deal closers because they're gonna get it closed.
Yeah.
And it's these our pictures were just these badasses in this nice big house, but yours is like very hard to get close to. Like we all dream of having a brand like that, or like what you have, just something fun that people would ask about and resonate. So I'm getting there, but that's
But,
where I'm
the
at.
trick is, man, I think it's interesting. It's like what you did with the Wanda Buy a House. Whatever works for you, just lean into it.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's flukes, and that's okay, And I mean, I'm working on a AI avatar of me now, and I'm not really sure how it's going to go, but it's something we're going to lean into, and it's something different. But on the branding for you, it's like, I feel like, especially in real estate, one of the biggest conversations we always have is authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to be lied to. They don't
Yeah.
like used car salesmen. They don't like realtors. Part of this is because there's a pretty bad, we get a pretty bad rap because there are some bad actors sometimes, and those are the ones that get spoken about the most. But there's a lot of good agents out there and a lot of really good people, and having kind of a synergistic brand that synergizes with your life or with your team, and when you have something shared in common, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
it really does make a difference. And I think the biggest thing is lean into your passions and just, like really open up your heart and then lean into that spot.
Yeah.
So whatever that is for you, whatever that means to you, those are the things that I think people should really lean into when they're creating a brand for themselves. And really just be you, be the best you can, 200%, and then just kind of see what happens. I think new agents will spend hours and hours and hours and days and months creating this brand, and I'm the top luxury realtor in Miami. Well, it's all bullshit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It really is, a lot of it. And so it's like, well, what's the point of that when you can be,
Your own.
Sam. I mean, I know a guy named Sam Smith. I'm trying to think of a generic name here.
I get it. Yeah.
But where you can just be you and be that person who serves this neighborhood and this pocket, and this is your lifestyle that you live, and you want to meet these people. Keep it really simple.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the way to start. And I'm still working on mine, believe it or not. I mean, it's not even,
It's forever evolving.
Yeah.
I know what my
Yeah.
brand is. I know what it means, but I'm constantly developing and trying to push how it's seen and where it goes.
Yeah. It took honestly
Never ending.
3 years into this is when the deal closers brand kind of hit. Like it takes
Yeah.
forever for every little thing. When I started this studio, it took a long time to even come up with that logo. Like it just has to come to you
Yeah, it
and
does.
hit you.
Perfect, though.
Yeah, but Tiger team,
Tiger.
that's perfection.
Tiger.
Trademark it, make some t-shirts. I want one.
Yeah.
Right?
I wish I could be a
Do-
tiger. Like if I was,
man,
that's crazy. That's
I
nice.
have hats, but
Yes.
really nice hats though.
Sold.
It's
Sold.
Give us the
You
hats.
want one?
We all
Yeah.
want a hat.
I
We
have
all
a
want
bunch.
hat.
So I buy these super limited edition hats at this store that I love. Well, they're limited edition, and then I had PVC patches made with
Okay.
my Tiger logo, and then I have someone that sews them on.
Oh, that song is about to be expensive. This sounds like it's about to be expensive.
That's
How
why
much
they're
is this
limited
hat?
editions.
Okay.
I wasn't. I mean, if you want to pay me for it, you can. I was gonna give it to you as a thank you.
Yeah,
but-
shit.
Part of it.
$99.99
$99,
on sale. It's usually
$99.
$159.
I'll believe
Limited
that.
time offer.
Okay. Well, thank you.
No, and
Thank you.
another thing
I'll trade
too,
you for a session. I'll give you.
Deal.
Yeah, there you
So,
go.
deal. Got you.
Another thing too is like whatever area you serve, like incorporating that. Because when
Yes.
I started early on, for some reason I came up with Billy in B Town. So Billings is also known as B Town, and it just like
Wait,
flowed.
Billy and Billings?
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
right? Billy
that's-
and Billings.
Sorry,
I know.
did I just went with something else?
I know.
No, I saw that today.
Everybody
I
like
says
Billy
that
and-
Billy and Billings, but I went with Billy and B Town,
Yeah.
and it works not just in real estate, but everything, because
No, that's
what
true.
I came up with was what I'm doing everywhere in the community. Like I'm a dancer, I'm doing theater here, I'm community involvement here. It's all in Billings, and so it's worked for me, and I just stuck with it. And that's the thing, you got to be consistent with your branding. Like right now, you can see on my StreamYard, I've got my Billy and B Town logo
Yeah.
on the corner,
Yeah.
and it's funny because my first logo started off with this little character my daughter drew for me. She's 24 now, but at the time I think she was 12.
Mhm.
And I still have it to this day, and it's just fun watching that logo evolve
Yeah.
into something more professional. But so just looking at those but I love the name of your deal closers.
Yeah, deal
that's,
closers.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
the investment
I
property
love it.
gurus, deal closers. My group chat is deal closers.
Yes.
It's just like, hey, deal closers. Like it's fun. It makes me feel like it's a thing. But the biggest thing I've learned about real estate is it's a world. Like whatever your
Yeah.
passion is, you can bring it out in your
Mhm.
real estate career.
Oh yeah.
Like you're my gynecologist, not my wife who's delivering my baby on Tuesday. She
Yay.
dances
Oh,
like when she delivers baby, she goes in her office and she dances on her Instagram. So
I
it's cool
love
that you do
that.
that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that.
But that goes back to branding. And,
Yeah.
and I'm happy you said dancing. I met
Yeah.
somebody once who was a new agent, and he had come over to this country. He was actually a ballet dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I have no idea what to do. I have no idea what to do for my branding. And I looked at him and I said,
Ooh.
what's your biggest passion? He goes, well, I'm a dancer. I said, well, what do you mean a dancer? I was like, show me.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy busted out right there when I asked him to show me, it was like he belongs on a stage.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I looked at him and I said, well, you have your brand. He goes, what do you mean? I said, you have your brand. I said, what kind of houses do you want to sell? He goes, luxury.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Ooh,
even better.
pirouettes in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, at the pool, on the beach, in the neighborhood, in the kitchen, in the bathroom. I'm like,
Mhm.
why the hell are you not dancing in
Yeah.
other people's $1 million listings? Go to all the big brokers opens, get on the Caravan or whatever they have for that day in your neighborhood,
Mhm.
and go dance and set up your phone or have somebody and just do a little 15-second spin in every single luxury
Yeah.
room.
It could be so simple.
Do it for 3 months. People are going to be begging you to come and do this in their house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's so funny to me that I'm like, but people don't understand that. They go, oh no, but Pally has nothing to do with real estate. It doesn't have to.
Right.
It's creating something that people can relate to. So deal closers is great because it's a very powerful term.
Mhm.
And as you told your story, which is awesome, you've been closing deals since you were a kid.
Yeah.
You've been figuring things
Mhm.
out,
Mm-hmm.
getting on the grind, getting on the hustle to make money and make other people money also.
Mm-hmm.
So it's perfect for you. Billing in B-Town to me is like, if you were going to create a little micro town for a TV show, well, B-Town can be the community. It can be you. It can be things that you're doing. So it's
Yep.
bigger than just Billington.
Yeah.
Right. It's everywhere you are is your B-Town. And I love that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got to get on to yours because
Yeah.
you're the quiet one right now.
Yeah, Kyle.
Okay. Well,
Did I just put you in the hot seat?
it did a little bit, but I've been thinking like, all right, you have something, you have something, you have something. What do I have? So like an internal tagline, I would say, I'm the genuine real estate agent for genuine people.
Okay.
That's really-
So part of that though, like I thought of like team name, like the genuine real estate team, but
Yeah.
then do you have to say what you are? Like, do you have to put it out to the world? And if you do, like, are you really that genuine person, or like the integrity team? Like,
Yeah.
if you
that's a
have
good
to
one.
say to everyone, "Oh, I have integrity,"
I
versus
know.
just showing it, I'm sure there's an integrity team. I'm sure you're very integrable. You're you have integrity. I don't know. You're probably great. I don't know you, but they're awesome.
Yeah.
But
I would
so-
say zoom out, like, because I like where it's going. Maybe like the kind team, Kyle's kind
Oh,
team.
that's
Ooh,
cool.
Ooh,
But then-
Kyle.
Kyle.
do
Boom.
do I
Ooh.
have to tell people that I'm kind, or can I just portray that I'm
They'll be
kind,
like,
then
I see
people
why you
know
go by
this
that. I see why you go
anyways.
by that.
So then do we just
that-
call you Huggy Kyle?
Huggy
Sorry.
Kyle.
No, because then people are gonna come give me hugs.
I just
Yeah,
picture
I don't think
a
he
little
likes
war with like a fuzzy
like
hat and a
people I
purple
know
jacket
can
and
come
your
give me
shorts.
hugs. Like random people,
Yeah.
like no.
Well, they
you
will.
can
No,
stay
they'll
away
come-
from
they'll
me.
come
Yeah,
behind you.
Kyle's not a hugger.
The Kyle,
Well,
the kind team, and he's
that's why
like,
I
be
thought it was
kind.
funny.
Like all your cards is
So-
be kind.
Yeah, be kind.
Be kind.
I
Like that's how you leave everybody.
Kind.
All your listings in the bottom says be kind.
That's it.
With a smiley face.
Smiley face.
I like that.
Well, that's it.
Hmm.
Do we just create your brand?
Yeah, all yours. That was free.
Boom.
So when I
this is
do-
recorded, I'm gonna
Yeah.
think,
can have
I'm
it. Yeah,
gonna,
build on that,
Like,
build on that.
I'm gonna listen back to this,
So
and maybe build on it a little bit.
There you go.
do you want to create a brand now? I've done this thing where like at different conferences we'll
Yeah.
do like a build your brand in 5 minutes.
Ooh,
Let's
let's
do
do
it.
it.
So
You want to do it?
I'm down. I'm
Okay.
so excited.
So I'm so happy that we're recording this. Okay,
Okay.
Kyle. So how long you been in real estate?
13 years.
Really? And then so now I know that you're kind of split between 2 different cities, but is there a specific type of deal that you're in love with or a type of ideal customer that you really enjoy serving and that you want to serve?
So I mean, part of back to the tagline and attracting those type of people, like the genuine real estate agent for genuine people. Like I like working with people that like me and appreciate me and say thank you. Like
Yeah.
like you don't have to, but like if you're gonna yell at me or something, like I'm just gonna be done with you. Like I don't care if you're buying a $2 million
Got it.
house. Like you're done. You're causing me
Mhm.
too much stress. I
Right.
could sell, multiple lower price houses for the same amount of stress that you're causing me. So
Correct.
I push those people. I try to attract the client that I want, which is the people that are going to be nice and appreciate, and like especially like first time home buyers and things like that. So
You like first time home buyers.
A lot of them I do. Like I've had people that at the closing table they start crying
Oh wow.
because, and I didn't know this the whole time. Like the struggles that they've gone through.
Yeah.
And that's part of the power of real estate too. Now we're getting off topic,
No,
but
this is exactly on
how
topic.
Mhm.
impactful we are to people,
Yeah.
through multiple stages of their lives, like helping. And there's one buyer that comes to mind that started crying at the closing
Yeah.
table. She was the first homeowner in her family.
Oh wow. That's huge.
I mean, I can see the emotion in your eyes. So
Mhm.
so here's what I'm hearing, and we haven't even gotten into color yet. No, but this is how the branding
Yeah.
exercise goes.
Yeah.
Just the type alone, the font that you use, and the logo, it needs to be something that gives other people strength when they see it,
Mhm.
but that's something that's soft and sweet enough, like you, and that is also no, I'm serious, and there's also a sign of caring. So now we're going to get into the color. What's your favorite colors, or a color that you identify with? Because like I know that could be 2 different things.
Well, my favorite color is gold, but that's a little flashy for.
I can see that.
Um,
You'd have to
Like
do
a
it.
flashy, shiny gold.
It can have
Yeah.
a gold shimmer, but I wouldn't go gold because he's talking
Mhm.
about from the heart.
I
Very
see.
people
Yeah.
crying, right? So
Yeah.
what's a color that,
So
that you
I mean,
think
blue
of?
is my.
Okay, what tone of blue? Like a
I-
royal blue, a baby blue, a sky blue, a sea
So
blue,
I
Teal.
like.
teal. Oh, I like teal too. Teal and gold
Mm.
can look really good together.
Oh yeah.
Sea foam green also is another one. It's a little bit of
yeah.
with like a gold shimmer, a little gold sparkle or something in there.
I can
Yeah,
make
I mean,
these
I
lights blue.
attract-
We could go through the wheel.
Yeah.
I'm
we-
naturally attracted more to like
Do some
darker
videos.
colors, like with a lot of dye
Darker.
and things like that. Like I don't like pastels. I like more navy
bolder
and
colors.
bolder
Vibrant.
would-
So it's got to be safe because everything you're telling me it's got to be safe. So then your colors can be dark with a gold shimmer on the outside. So then you show that the gold lining, that kind of that golden path, the golden brick road. Well, no, but
No,
think
no,
about
I'm
this.
saying that in the
so
the
your
nicest way.
your brand is this place of safety for people that really
Uh-huh.
need it. You are the one that'll walk them down the golden path to home ownership.
Ooh. Boom.
Are you liking? So it's good that we're recording this
I'd
conversation.
like that this
I like
is
where this is
recorded.
going.
So
Yeah.
you're holding their hand, walking them through one of the toughest transactions of their life. This is the biggest purchase decision they're ever going to make.
Yeah.
And the kind of people you're talking about, and most of us work with, it's the most money they've ever had to work for, the hardest money they ever worked for, and the most
Mhm.
money they're ever going to spend on one single transaction. And so you're the guy, Kyle, that's going to give them safety, give them solace, hold the umbrella for them, and keep them out of the storm that real estate can be, and walk them down that golden road to
Mhm.
homeownership.
Dang.
Wow.
Right? But
Got me sold. You want to sell me a house
Yeah.
now?
Yes.
well, so now we're just getting into it. So now we have your color concept is going to
Okay.
be that darker green, but you got to have a little bit of light in there. You got to have that golden center, whatever it is, and we'll get to that in a minute. Is there, now you need some kind of a logo. So we have part of your brand. We have I walk you down the golden path to home ownership or whatever it is, or find your home of gold, however you want to go with that later. But then on a logo, I like logos that kind of tell you what the person does. I mean, mine, I'm a tiger. I get it, but I don't necessarily like realtors just using a house. I think that, you're a very personable guy. You have a really interesting story. You have a big heart. So is there an object or an animal or an item or a swatch of colors that comes to mind when you think of how you want people to see you or what you offer people?
I mean, like my spirit animal is a golden eagle, but I don't know how that's
Okay.
Well,
Back
really
on
gets
gold. We
somewhere.
back on
And
gold.
he's-
We
and
getting
he's from-
somewhere.
But, I mean,
We
we
getting
got the
somewhere.
golden part.
Golden
That's-
eagle.
That's a word.
And he's from the Midwest.
Should I like make the light, the colors
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's okay, boom, let's do it.
So
Eagle.
maybe we figure out a way to do some kind of a golden eagle for you. And the eagle is that purple, or maybe that's incorporated into your brand. And then you have to. So what does the golden eagle mean to you? Like
Just pretend like
Ins-
golden eagle.
inside, yeah. There we go. Can you guys see the color?
Golden
But
eagle.
Oh,
when
yeah,
you
look at
close
that.
close your eyes for a
It
second.
just got real
Oh,
fancy
all right.
here.
So he's going to close his eyes. You're going to take 3 deep breaths all the way in, all the way out. Got 2 more. Inhale.
We're doing yoga.
This is important.
Sorry, no.
Be the eagle,
Kyle,
Kyle.
you're gonna have to start over. Do 3
Okay.
more for me. No, but seriously, go
I'm
ahead.
trying to be calming here now. You can't be like
All right, let's
Where's that?
be all judgy.
Oh, I don't know.
We're gonna inhale for Kyle. Really?
Please don't be the wrong button.
Marley Hendrix.
That's the wrong button.
That is.
I don't know
that
what these
is-
buttons do.
That is the wrong button.
That's the wrong button. Kyle, be the eagle.
All right. So Kyle, you are now becoming the eagle. You are inhaling all the strength of an eagle. You're flying high and you're watching over people's transactions, guiding them to that golden brick road that leads them to the house of their dreams, to their dream home. Kyle, how does it make you feel? Is there a couple of emotions you think of?
I like the part where you just said that you're like soaring over it. It's having literally, and I think that's the term, an eagle eye. Like
There you go.
you're overseeing a different perspective than what most people are seeing throughout their transaction, because you have the experience. You're seeing from an aerial view things that they're not seeing on the ground level,
This is good.
and being able to protect
Man,
Yeah.
that is
those
so
and
good.
change those
So good.
beforehand. I still have my eyes closed. This is different.
Keep
This-
them closed, Cal.
Yeah,
Keep on
I'm
telling me.
this is getting some
Mhm.
good ideas here. And I mean, in a way, an eagle also, I mean, it is a predator. So, but it's maybe more of like going after and eliminating the bad things before they even get to,
There you go.
before the people get to them.
It's also a protector and it's a sign of strength, which is why it's our
A protective eagle.
national animal.
Okay.
Mhm.
Bald eagle.
So it's like
Of all the
flying.
eagles, but I mean, they're related. But yeah, I mean, and golden eagle and the eagle in general, because I looked up, like what the spirit animal means and things like that. It's like leadership and power and things like that. But also, I think that it's a proud, and I'm very proud of everything that it works. I worked so hard for everything that I've ever achieved, and
No.
this is
I was
amazing.
like,
It's a breakthrough.
No, it's
a breakthrough.
but this is exactly
and
right.
and like it's a sign of leadership. So I mean, it's leading through a transaction
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
I
I
love
like
that.
this.
We're almost done. So you are a leader already, and those of you that know that. You're a leader in your
Mhm.
industry. You're a leader in YPN and national. Now you're leading a new path moving down here to Miami. So now we have your golden eagle soaring high Overwatch type thing where you're looking over people and guiding them down the golden path to their home ownership. So the eagle might not be your go-to logo, but you should incorporate it into the branding for sure.
Mhm.
I'm not saying you have to scream like an eagle, but that might be kind of funny.
I
I had to make a smile.
I support that.
But I
support
do
that.
want to get you a jean jacket when the weather cools down with a big eagle on it.
Yes.
100%.
I love
With
it.
little gold
Yeah.
shimmer. Little
I got
little subtle.
A little
like gold buttons,
gold.
gold buttons,
If
Gold
you want- if you want
buttons.
gold buttons,
Gold
baby, you got it.
100%.
He's got the
Um,
whole thing pictured
100%.
in his
What a
mind.
day.
So now we're already like 75% there. We know who you want to serve. We know the emotion you want them to feel when they see you and when they finish the transaction with you. We know that you have to have a kind, sweet brand that also shows strength, because people do need strength and guidance when they're in real estate.
Mhm.
A lot of people come to me because they've had a horrible experience, and I'm sure they come to you
Yeah.
for the same reasons.
Yeah.
Yep.
They go,
Mhm.
Tiger, help me out of the situation. What do? I got burned. I need help. I need out of it.
Mhm.
And so the good news is about the way you're talking about your brand now is this gives people that solace from the beginning. And it could be something like, make the right choice the Eagle way. I'm just saying, I don't know, whatever it is. But now we have to come up with, we got your color scheme, we got your spirit animal, kind of have your brand there. We know who you want to serve, but the logo now, Eagle might not be you, but you can come up with, it could just be your name with a little bit of gold shimmer and kind of the eagle coming out of the side. You can have the eagle flying out of one
Could
of the
just be the
letters.
wings.
The what?
It could just be the wings.
Yeah,
The wing.
that's
Well,
true.
oh my God. So I actually
That's
wear a ring
true.
around my neck. Dude, this is so
The
wild.
wings.
Oh, we
I got a ring on my neck. We're gonna have to
Let
get you one
Kyle
of these
give you
too.
wings.
Like that,
So,
Kyle.
Take flight with Kyle.
Kyle gives you wings.
Kyle
Yes.
gives you wings.
I might get sued by Red Bull for that one.
Damn, you're probably right.
Well, anyway, but wings is good
Gold
too,
I like
because
that.
wings is
Gold.
also
Wow,
There we
okay.
go.
wings is also
I had my eyes
angels.
closed and all of a sudden there's like
Breakthrough.
So
Right,
wings
right.
is angels, wings is safety,
Oh,
wings
yeah.
is where you turn to when you got nowhere else to go, and when you really need guidance, you go to the angels.
Mhm.
You pray for that.
Mhm.
I'm seeing a whole lot of different things you can incorporate in just off the wings of the eagle body. What do you think? You feel
That's
good?
awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
So
Yeah.
are you gonna go by
Fist
Kyle?
bumps.
Are you
Fist
gonna
bumps
go
around
by
the
your
table.
full
Yes.
name?
Everybody gonna fist bump each other. Come on,
Are
Kyle.
you gonna go
And
by
then now you fist bump him. And then
Eagle?
fist bump him.
Eagle
Fist bump, fist
Kyle.
There we go.
What are you gonna use for your name? Is it gonna be just Kyle?
Just Kyle.
I like just Kyle too.
Ooh,
That's-
I do like
Kyle,
that.
your name's
I just
catchy. Like
don't-
a lot can happen here.
Just Kyle.
Just Kyle.
you mean
think that's the
okay,
last
so
part.
to clarify,
Period.
you mean Kyle or
No, just Kyle.
No,
Period.
like
Kyle.
just Kyle. Period's good too.
Yeah,
Oh.
just Kyle. Period.
I like that.
Like it's the last person you have to call for
Just
real
Kyle.
estate. Called just call
Okay,
Kyle.
so
called
because there
Kyle.
are different ways that could be taken because it's just Kyle.
Nah, not when they see the wings.
But I mean like
well,
there has to be some context. Like people are going to read things differently. So
Yeah.
like, it could be you just need Kyle or and just Kyle.
You just need Kyle.
I think you just need Kyle.
You just need Kyle. Wow.
and then
Yeah,
the
just
wings,
Kyle.
a wing, the wings, the eagle. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there we go.
I like it.
So that's a branding
Building the
exercise in 7
building a
minutes
brand
as
with
well.
Kyle.
Yeah.
So the
Right.
whole brand that I have for Miami,
What do we got? 10 minutes left?
it might be scrapped now.
There's a max. There's
No,
a,
no. We can
Oh,
go
I-
as long as you guys want
No,
to
I
go.
don't
Or
know.
have
I mean,
time.
we ain't gonna be here all day. But
No,
okay.
no.
What's up to you
It's
guys?
up to you guys. Yeah.
We can go like 10
but
more
so now you
minutes.
have a whole brand, and the cool thing is that brand is synonymous. It's agnostic to what city you're in, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. You can be anywhere in the world, and that brand works. So this is how I think branding works, right? You either got to go. So some people go, super hyper local, which is fine. And I was thinking about that. I had these conversations with a woman named Nancy Corey, who was the broker at the biggest Coldwell Banker office in the country at the time, like where the Jills, honestly, the big teams are. Jerry Jenkins, shout out to her too,
Mm.
and all these other amazing brokers. And she's wonderful. Now she's part of Corporate for Realogy or whatever their new brand name is. But anyway, we would talk, and then we would have these conversations. This is when you could use the word real estate in your team name. It's
Mhm.
not legal anymore by
Yeah.
NAR, but it was Nick Quay Real Estate Group. She's like, well, what about Bay to Quay? Because Quay actually has a meaning. It's a little like a natural body or like a little peninsula you can pull up to and take cargo in and out of. Yeah. So there's a lot of places called Quay, Quayside, like by the docks and by the waterfront. And we were trying to come up with something that just worked. And I didn't want to be just Bay to Quay because I sell condos and other stuff too, not just waterfront homes. But the point is, for me, Nick Quay Real Estate Group worked because I was always kind of a character and I was already speaking on stages nationally, kind of like what you're doing and different things like that. But I think when you go too hyper local, it almost takes you out of the pocket where they go, oh, and I used to get this all the time. Oh, well, you only sell condos in Edgewater because I'd walk my dog every single day in Margaret Pace Park in Edgewater. I knew every building. I knew the inventory. I knew how many units came online here. I knew the price per square foot based on the view, the lines. I knew everything. I knew the names of the concierge, the valets, the managers, all of them. And so for a long time, people thought I only sold this one little strip of 8 buildings. So that's the one thing to think about. But
Yeah, that's
why
true.
have 2 different brands if you can just have one?
That is true. So my branding in Omaha is local. It's Team Omaha, which because it's home plus Omaha.
Omaha?
So Omaha with an H in front of it. So there's an actual
Oh.
like social media tagline. It's hashtag Omaha. Omaha. No, Omaha is my Omaha. Is like a
Ah,
thing
that's
that,
funny.
that like people
That's
actually
cool. Sounds like a
use.
song.
So
Yeah,
like it
it
has
is.
some instant social media.
Yeah.
Well, don't
to it.
stop what you're doing. So you can still have that and then add in Kyle.
Just
Kyle.
Kyle.
Don't take away what works. But the point I'm getting at is don't create a new brand for down here. Make it the same.
Okay.
I mean, it's how I
that's
look.
what I was doing. Like I'm not going to release because the word that I came up with for that I had before, I think is actually pretty good. So I'm not going to say it on here.
Yeah,
It's
don't
not.
say it on
I
here.
checked. It's not trademarked or anything yet. But now we might need to reevaluate that.
I like
Mhm.
the colors for you. I like the eagle for you. I like
Yeah.
because it's. I mean, just looking in your eyes when you were talking about it, dude, you got to put that out there. Like you got to get that heart and soul. Like allow yourself to kind of ooze out into your brand, and don't be
Mhm.
uncomfortable with it. You know, just let it be you, and just be you and be authentic as hell. Because that's what everybody wants. They
Mhm.
want someone who they feel is being real, who's being honest. Everybody does. There's a lot of people that are fake in this
Oh
industry.
yeah.
Right? Even if they think you're your friend, no, they're your friend because you own a $3 million house.
Mhm.
They're your friend because you know people. Oh, it's bullshit. So just be the authentic you, man, and
Mhm.
put that into your brand so people know, oh, this guy's different. Kyle's
Yep.
not like everyone else. Because
Mhm.
you're not, but if they're getting your postcard or they're seeing your email or they're looking online for the first time, they haven't had this experience that we've had. They don't know how awesome you actually are, and they
Mhm.
haven't had that interaction yet.
Yep.
And so you kind of have to think about this in branding where if people can look at you and know that you're different, that's okay because that's a conversation starter.
Mhm.
If it's a logo of a house and a freaking palm tree,
Yeah.
there's about
They've seen that.
15,000 of those in
Oh, I'm
Miami.
sure there
and then
is.
any other place with a palm tree.
Yeah.
So why be boring and be like everyone else when you can pave the way, pave the golden way, and do something different than almost
The
done before?
golden way.
And do
See,
more videos.
I
Kyle.
The
keep
golden way with
I keep
Kyle.
on hitting you with hooks.
do more videos too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do more
100%.
videos.
Get,
Be a good.
As you
be a
cringe.
good millennial.
well, no, we just have to do more podcasts and invite them on every
Yeah,
single time.
yeah.
Just set rules for yourself. For me, if I'm ever in here like cleaning it up or taking out, just picking up SD cards, I'll like, let's record something. I'll record at least
Yeah,
like 2 videos. Just make it like whenever you're on a show and just take out your camera.
Heck yeah. Well, and he's been really good. Like I got him to do his first reel in TikTok, right?
Woohoo.
That's this year. So you're
Well,
getting
I mean,
there,
I-
getting there.
I
You sh-
made one of my holiday lights at my house because I was like, they're pretty.
Uh-huh.
And actually, that had a lot of interaction.
Yeah.
And then I had a recap of our NAR legislative meetings in DC, and I paid someone that. That was a really good reel. It didn't, but I don't know why it didn't have as much interaction as the other one.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's maybe also because like for the holiday lights I had like the Winter Wonderland song.
It's the
And
themes.
it was timely, so like maybe people were just searching by the song. I
Mhm.
don't
It's
know.
personal.
Yeah.
So there's a difference. The holiday lights are very personal, and you're letting people into your home. So listen to what I'm saying. You're letting people into an intimate part of your life.
Okay.
They're coming inside your house and are
Mhm.
looking at your lights. That's really damn personal.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that I will never invite to my house. no, but listen to why I'm saying this. The people that get inside my house, the people that get to meet my family when my parents are in town, that is a very select group. Most people that I know won't have that. And sorry, guys, that's just the reality of it. But showing that kind of intimacy, letting people in that deep into your life, that's meaningful. Because a lot of people don't have those kind of invites. A lot of people don't get the chance
Yeah.
to see who we are at home,
Yeah.
to see what we do on our day off, to see what we do on our morning meditation, our morning ritual, our Saturdays off, whatever it is. They don't get to see that. So when you show people who you really are and invite them into your personal space, whatever that is for you,
Mhm.
it's always going to get more interaction because they're getting to see a glimpse of Kyle that they don't see when you're at the NAR convention or speaking at a conference or selling
Mhm.
houses.
Do more
It's the
stories,
real
too.
Kyle.
Are you doing stories right now on Instagram?
See, I know that you like stories and people like them, but I'm like, I put work into this and it's going to be deleted in 24 hours. Why would I post it there? I'm going to post it in the
But
normal
there's
place.
rules to it.
though.
Yeah.
I-
There's so your
I know,
story
I
is for
know.
your followers to
Yes.
see, and your posts are for people who don't follow you to
Yes.
see.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it's like just for us, drop it on the story.
Yeah.
It's not permanent. Oh, I'm cooking
Okay.
right now.
I mean,
that's cool.
I did 2 stories here, including dropping the link
Yeah.
to this
Mhm.
because part of it is showing people, like we're really lifestyle brokers anyway, for the most part.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
problem solvers, we also sell a
Mhm.
different lifestyle, right?
Mhm.
And so it's just staying relevant. I mean, if it's me just walking my dog, but if there's a dolphin popping up and my dog's talking to the dolphin,
Oh my
and
gosh,
she loves
amazing.
talking to dolphin. I live on a little island, so she
Yeah.
loves talking to the dolphin. So do I. Oh, I get people love like, oh my god,
Oh,
because
I would love that.
it's part of my day. And
Mhm.
I don't say this part, but I can also sell them that lifestyle. I can bring that
Mhm.
lifestyle to them, bring them to the lifestyle. And so part of it is just, I mean, stories is like that. It's, hey, look, I'm here hanging out with Kyle, but like, great. But if I'm like, oh my God, Kyle and I just found the best taco place
Mhm.
in Miami. Oh my God, Kyle, tell me about your favorite taco. Like,
Yeah.
that's value.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
its value is the key.
Yep.
So you're either showing them who you are as a person, you're cultivating that relationship,
Yeah.
or you're giving them a tip or something insight of value, and that's all it is. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be perfect. The lighting doesn't
No.
have to be perfect. Your hair doesn't have to
Half
be
the
perfect.
time I look so
Oh, but I'm a
bad.
perfectionist.
Me too.
So
Well,
we'll see how that
You do a
goes.
bad job until
Get
you do a good
get
job.
over
Just
it.
start. Yeah.
Just turn it on.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah, but it's like your followers get to know a bit more about you, like a little
Mhm.
taste of who you are. Like, okay, I think I might like this guy.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it goes with the genuine real estate agent
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
so-
I think I will get led down the golden road with
Yeah,
Kyle.
Yeah.
There
The
you
eagle.
go.
and have
Yeah.
the soaring the
Kyle.
I like
The-
that.
The eagle go Kyle.
the eagle eye overview your transaction and all of that stuff. So,
Oh,
I mean,
dude!
yeah.
Every time we do a video, hey, I want to introduce you to
Oh, that's
I
what you
do-
were doing.
I do the tiger face. I mean, I don't know what an eagle sound. I guess an eagle's a little bit
That
louder than
sounds
that.
like
I'm not
that,
gonna
though.
do
It
it.
sounds
to you
like
'cause
it.
it's
It's okay.
You just got to get the screech. We'll have someone make you a theme song.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
like
'cause I cannot do a scream.
Well, you're gonna have to figure
got
out
it
an
in you,
eagle.
Kyle.
There
There
you
you
go. An eagle pose. Yeah, don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Just put a little eagle emoji at the end of all your
Yeah,
posts.
yeah.
Every single post
So-
ended with an eagle emoji.
Everything I do, every message I send to my clients, it's this with the
Yeah.
tiger in the middle.
Yeah.
Because I'm very like
There you
rock and
go.
roll.
That's
Like, I have
cool.
a hot rod. I
I
wear the
love
I wear the
that.
hats, all the jewelry and stuff.
Yeah.
And so every single thing, like I did it this morning. I said, "Hey, are you ready to start rocking this house? I just got a new listing today while I was here."
Yeah, that's cool.
And so, and I said, "You ready to start rocking the house?" And she goes, "I am." And I'm like, "Let's go." And I wrote,
Nice.
"Let's go," and I dissed with the tiger.
Yeah.
Dude, they love it because it's different. And they're like, first off, my realtor's a freaking animal, literally,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a little crazy, but holy shit, is he going to sell my house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they don't even have to wonder because it's such a big thing. So just add the eagle, be like, "Caca, Kyle."
My emoji is a crane. I use it because my thing is I'm always building. I'm building this team. I'm building a business. So I drop a crane every time.
Yeah, I like
But imagine
that.
like you send it to your team and your clients.
Yeah.
I love that.
Crane. Let's
Yeah.
build.
That's a good
Let's
idea.
build.
I need
Yeah.
to
The
find
machine
little
crane,
emoji.
not the bird crane.
Not a little crane. Yeah, not a crane like the
Well-
little new construction guy.
Yeah.
The new construction guy.
I love that.
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
What emoji are you
And-
going to use, Billy?
I don't know.
I'm thinking about
That's giving me thoughts now. I'm like, what could I use? I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm gonna
Mhm.
think about that.
Coffee. Coffee.
Oh
Coffee cup.
yeah, there you go.
Coffee
Of
cup.
course.
Which is so funny, you guys,
That's
because when I
funny.
started Coffee Chat, I was a huge coffee junkie. Like I would drink a pot of coffee a day, black, just black.
I thought you'd
straight
walk in
black.
here drinking coffee.
Yeah, no, I
I
don't
almost
drink
felt
coffee.
bad that I
anymore.
didn't bring a coffee. I haven't drank coffee in almost 4
Yeah,
years.
me too. Like
I
almost
drink
3
green
years.
tea and I drink these
Yeah.
things, which
Yeah,
is not
same, same.
No, I had one on the way up.
Oh, you can't have two. Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to see me super energy hanging
Oh,
from the
God.
ceilings? I'll do it. But
It's like,
I'll be
no,
doing this
Don't,
guys.
podcast
don't unleash the
stuff.
tiger.
I'll
Don't
be
unleash
doing
the
this
tiger.
podcast.
Don't
Tiger up in
don't
here.
unleash the tiger.
No, but I was like, well, do I change the name of my thing? And I'm like, no, I'll just keep it.
Yeah.
Like I can still drink green tea out of a coffee
Yeah,
mug, and most
Yeah.
people like coffee. So, and this is what this is about, right? Like we're just chilling, having coffee together,
Chilling, having
chatting,
coffee,
so,
having
yeah,
Celsius.
yeah,
That's it. I like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh shit.
That's-
This went great.
It's fun.
Do
I love
coffee,
it.
or you can do a huckleberry.
Huckleberry.
What's
Yes.
Huckleberry?
So okay.
What's huckleberry?
Yeah.
Do you know what huckleberry is?
I spent a lot of my summers in Ohio picking fresh wild strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, and huckleberries.
Yeah. So Montana
No, my
is
yes.
known for huckleberries.
Okay.
Like huckleberry ice cream, huckleberry chocolate, like anything.
Yeah.
Is it
Huckleberry
sour?
lotion. No, like
They can be a little tart sometimes.
Yeah,
but
but
just like a blackberry.
shout out to Kevin Percelli from
Shout
Miami
out to Kevin.
YPN.
Shout out
Is
to
Kevin
Kevin.
watching this right here?
Well, he'll
Kevin,
watch
thank
it
you for
later.
bringing us together. Can
You're
you
out
tell
there.
we all get along?
He's the
really
bring
well?
us together guy.
We're friends now. This is
Yeah,
great.
no, so I was on a mission to get him a huckleberry ice cream sandwich from Will Coxon's. It's an ice cream company in Montana.
You
And-
flew this in.
no,
Oh.
when he came to Montana,
Oh, that makes more
I-
sense.
we were on a hunt
So,
to get this ice cream.
Okay.
And I made him eat one. I don't know if he really liked it. He never really was honest with me,
It,
but
it looks like a blueberry, but
It
it's
does
not.
like a blueberry. I don't know if I can see that, but
but it's oh my gosh, it's my
Yeah,
favorite.
probably not. We'll have to maybe. But
Huckleberry.
it doesn't taste like a little bit.
It's pretty good. I love it. I love a huckleberry. But
If you see anything huckleberry, get it.
yes, get the
Okay.
huckleberry.
Okay.
But yeah, so I didn't know that state had it too. But Montana is known for huckleberry.
I'll tag you. I'll take a picture and tag you all. Like I found Huckleberry.
Maybe I'll just ship you guys a huckleberry. thing.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Done.
Do it.
All right, get
Dry
your
ice.
addresses.
Dry
Yeah,
ice.
yeah,
That's all you
dry
need.
ice.
Yeah.
they make huckleberry in more than ice cream. There's like huckleberry licorice that's not
Jam.
gonna
Huckleberry
melt.
gummies.
So
Huckleberry
Oh,
vodka.
we should
Yes.
find a better way to
Huckleberry
send
vodka.
huckleberry flavor.
huckleberry is a
vodka.
flavor, not a type of ice
But it seems
cream.
like ice cream is like the best way to try it. Is that what's going
It's
on
so
here?
good.
Yeah.
Huckleberry
Ice cream. We gotta
sandwich.
try it. I
That's-
mean, maybe
that's
it's
the
at
way
like
to go.
Whole
I mean,
Foods or something, or
there-
Trader Joe's.
There is E-Creamery in Omaha that
It's still
was
huckleberry.
founded. It was on
Huckleberry
Shark Tank
can.
that they ship ice cream all over the country.
Wait, who is that?
I saw that episode.
E-Creamery. It was on Shark
Yeah.
Tank from
Oh.
Omaha. That's part of the
Nice.
thing. Like they do
Yeah.
custom flavors. I don't know if they'll do huckleberry flavor, but
Maybe they
like
should.
I think it's more of like custom names. So then it's like a fun little treat. Like you can name the ice cream after the person you're sending it to.
Mm,
And
yeah.
they ship it all over the
Oh,
country.
there's even
So,
huckleberry
yeah.
coffee.
Shout out to E-Creamery.
Shout out to E Creamery.
in Dundee.
Shout out to please be the right button. No, wrong.
No, that
No,
was
it-
good.
That's
it
not what I was
works.
looking for.
Yeah,
That's what I was looking for.
That's it.
I'm gonna hit it.
Let's
There we go.
I'm getting me one
It's
of
green.
these. I
It's
am
green.
getting me
Yes.
one of these.
Just
No,
want
it's
it for
not.
the sound effects.
Right?
Yeah, you want to hit a button? We don't know what it's gonna
We're
be.
just gonna play 'em
We
all.
don't know what it's gonna be.
Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
You can record your own, so
Come
people just
on.
come
Now I
in.
gotta do it again. Let's see.
Remix. There you go. Don't hit them all now, because I don't know what they all do.
You're like, don't do
I
it.
think
Well, I
Kyle
was gonna
hit
hit
the
the
blue one.
golden.
All right, let's
one,
see.
but we already did it. But it's
Clap one.
is that a sign too that the golden is like a prize?
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I was trying to hit.
I thought
earlier,
about
but it
like
just
the
didn't.
golden helping hand in there somewhere, but I don't know that you want a hand on your logo. But yeah.
Get an
Right
eagle
hands.
chain. Get an eagle chain.
Oh,
Yeah.
When
You
you
know,
coming to Miami,
get a
you
big
might as well
one.
get you a
I-
chain.
I,
Yeah,
um,
eagle chain.
Like this.
get a bust
Big.
down
But
I
diamonds. You know?
still don't have a tiger chain.
Ooh, wow.
You need a tiger
I
chain.
know. Thing is,
That's not a tiger dangling down there.
You
Oh, that's
need
the
a
that's the
tiger.
wing.
It's actually a wing. Yeah,
Okay,
I wear
you
this all the
should
time.
get a tiger chain and you
Yes.
trade.
With green ice.
You
Green
just trade because he needs a
I have
wing.
rings. So my mom got me a ring from Italy, and it's the tiger's head, and it's got green emerald eyes in it.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's what you need.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
what you
It's a
need.
lot. I mean, I'm well. Actually, look, I'm wearing eagles right now. So I got
Okay, Kyle, take notes. You need those.
Yes.
And then you
But you
switch to
can't-
tigers.
So I have to
I'll
start
get you
wearing
your own.
jewelry now
Yes,
too.
yes. This is your
I
Miami side.
have
When you're in
no
Miami,
jewelry. Like I have
That's-
watches at home, but I haven't worn them since pre-COVID because it was
Oh.
a thing.
oh, they're home in Nebraska.
They're in storage boxes somewhere in a storage unit
Damn,
from
Kyle,
when
why
I
you store your
moved.
watches.
You need to break these
I
out.
think get an eagle watch would be cool. I've seen.
Eagle
I used to have one of those back in the day. It had a bald eagle on it.
Yeah.
Actually, I know a company. I'll have to send it to you later, but they have one, and
Mhm.
not super expensive. It's kind of like a boutique watch brand, but they make really cool looking watches, and they
Yeah.
have one at least that has an American eagle in the background. Really cool.
Nice.
looking. Yeah,
Something.
Very cool.
Just so you look at
Awesome.
it every day and be like, hell yeah, I'm an eagle.
I'm the friend. Well, but that's a big part of it too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Mhm.
Mindset and keeping in that. I'm the eagle.
I like it. I like it so much.
Yeah.
This has been fun.
I
you
love
guys.
watching
This
Kyle
is good.
smile.
I know,
when he
Kyle's
does
Yeah,
so
that.
yeah,
fun.
good guy. Kyle's a good
So
guy.
at some
Consider
point,
about
there's
the
going to
wings.
be like an argument or something. I'm like, I'm the eagle.
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened. The nice guy just. turned
So,
into this
You just woke up the
monster.
eagle.
People with me, like people on my team, when we're having a hard negotiation with someone and they're being a hard ass,
Yeah.
they go, "I'm gonna get the tiger on the phone," and they're like, "What?" They're like, "Listen," they're like, "Don't talk to him the way you spoke to me because his claws are gonna come out."
Oh.
And I'm really easy to deal with 99.9% of the
Mhm.
time, but I think I kind of earned the nickname a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, but it's funny. I mean, yeah, I'm really protective of things sometimes.
Yeah.
For when someone's trying to like hurt somebody,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it very
No.
much.
No, I get that. I'm glad you said that because I tend to often go back and forth with buyers agents when I'm the listing agent. Like they just,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't. So it's nice to know that other agents be going back and forth every now and then. too.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, I'm a team player and I'm a win-win guy, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I learned a long time ago in negotiating, this is something I teach in the courses too, is that get people on your side. It doesn't matter where you are on the spectrum of buyer, seller, however tough or emotional it is, but you can get the other party, especially the representative who's either an attorney or a realtor. I mean, sometimes we have to have attorney. I have a lot of times where the attorney helps me get the realtor on board.
Mhm.
The opposite party's attorney helps me get the realtor on board to get the buyer or the seller on board, whatever it is.
Mhm.
But it's always about just creating the deal, right? And I think once you're at a certain point of the transaction, our legal responsibility is to the transaction anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even do anything that's bad for the clients, but it's one of those things where if you can get the other party, the opposing party on your team,
Mhm.
make them feel like they're winning.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to do things and jump through hoops for you and make sure that that client behaves a little bit better when they're feeling like they're winning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? If they feel that way, everybody wins, especially your client, whatever side they're on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it's just like that. And then if you have to kind of put your foot down and break it off in someone's ass, then
Sometimes
have
you
to
got to. Yeah.
you have to be careful and choose when you do it.
Right.
Well, and a lot
But
of
it,
it is
does happen.
communication. Nobody's picking up the phone anymore, and everybody's just text,
It's
text,
so-
text.
yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta hit and be like, "Hey, what's it gonna take to make your client happy? How can we get this deal together?" A lot of times, you're gonna find out a lot of things that are like, "Oh, well, that's easy. Let's do it." You know what I mean? So
If
just
you
pick up the
ask.
phone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always try to talk to the other agent like before writing an offer.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, hey, so what's important to your sellers?
Yeah, because you never.
Yes.
Like I always try to do that over phone
Mhm.
because I can typically get some more
Yes.
information.
More than email.
Oh yeah, so much more. Like
Yeah.
if I have a question, they might have some follow-up questions, or I get a tone or something that's like,
Mhm.
and they like this. Well, that was an eh. Like, do they need it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Well,
Right.
okay.
Exactly.
All right. I'm gonna take a class. I'm gonna take your negotiations
I'm gonna
class.
have to do some more of these.
100%.
Yeah, and then on that one, I always ask him so let's say like I represent the buyer. I say, hey, do me a favor. I want you to text me the seller's dream offer.
Mhm.
They're like, what? Why would I do that? I said, well, do you want to make their dreams come true? They're like, what do you mean? I said, well, didn't you tell them you were gonna fight for them and get them exactly what they're asking for? They're
Mhm.
like,
That's
and
great.
they always go, well, yeah. I said, so do me a favor, let me give it to you. Now, it doesn't mean I'm gonna do buyers don't freak out, but I asked the listing agent to send me the dream. I said, what's the dream look like? I'm saying this because some people need a 60-day stay back. There's something like I'm doing this right now.
Yeah.
We're selling
Mhm.
a house. I'm going to push for a 15-day closing, 20, even financing 21 tops. And I have lenders that'll do this.
Mhm.
So I'm pushing for a 15 to 21 day close. Why? Because my clients need a little bit of time to take this cash and do something else with it.
Yeah.
So I know that. So as a listing agent, I'm planning, and I'll actually tell the buyer's agents, hey, if you give me an offer that looks anything like this, guaranteed you're in top priority for conversation. For
Mhm.
conversation starter, because this is where it starts.
Mhm.
It's an offer is just a conversation.
Mhm.
It's, hey, I like your house. I'm looking for this. But if you don't tell them and you don't ask, how the hell are you going to send the seller the dream offer?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying the dream price,
Right. The
But-
terms.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like
but if I can meet
you
their
asked me
terms-
that, like I'm not going to tell you that.
Well, but here's
I'd be
the
like,
deal.
On the $200,000 house, they would like $200 million.
Yeah, well, but the term,
that'd be a dream.
yeah.
yeah, but the deals are made and broken in the terms.
Right.
Yeah.
So if me as a buyer's agent, if I know that the seller's dream is to have 90 days back, but I know that we have a loan involved and the lender can't do more than 60, I'll say, listen, here's what I can do. Do you have any cash offers? No, I don't. Okay. Anyone financing is going to need 60, is going to probably cap at 60 days for the stay back for the sellers,
Mhm.
because that's just what the banks are willing to accept. Right. And so I'll educate the listing agent and I say, so how about this? I'll get you 60 days. Here's how it's going to look. Sometimes it's free it depends on the deal. If it's a super good deal, right? Stay back for free, just cover the utilities and whatever the basic is, if there's HOA fees or whatever. But sometimes it's, hey, we're going to take the same overhead that the owners are going to have to carry, right? And then we're going to pass it on to the buyer for the seller to stay back. Other times that you're going to pay the buyer's carry cost. Buyers that don't have a lot of cash, it's scary for them to think they're going to buy a house and all of a sudden you give it away for 60 days. But what if the seller covers 100% of their overhead on that 60 days
Mhm.
and they have somewhere else to live? Is it really a big deal? Especially if that's what it takes to get the deal done. But those kind of things are easy.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a conversation, you don't know. And so I start with that, and I want to know to that level, well, do they have somewhere else to go? What kind of time do they need? What are we looking at here? And then that's it. And then our title company that we work with very often I'm kind of a hard ass with this. I want to hold 10% back.
Mhm.
I want 10% held back, because they will not, let's say it's an $800,000 house. They're not going to screw around when there's $80,000 sitting there.
Mhm.
Right.
They won't.
Yeah.
If it's like 10, yeah, they can afford to screw around. But 80 grand or more, they're not
Yeah.
screwing around. So you have to hold enough money back in escrow, force the seller to have skin in the game. So when the buyer comes, that seller wants to get out because they want their money. And then I enforce really heavy penalties.
It's a good
Mhm.
idea.
I'm like $1,000 a day guy, because it forces them to get out in 60 days. It doesn't screw up the loan and it doesn't jeopardize the buyer situation, but it gives the seller their dream, and automatically it bumps me up to number one on the list.
Yeah.
And I'm a team player, and they know I'm going to do what it takes to get the deal done. Now on the
Mhm.
price, that's another conversation. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about giving the price they want,
Right.
but if you can give them the terms they want,
Mhm.
and out of 15 things, 14 are what 14 is a dream. and all they have to do is worry about the price, they know that you're looking out for their best interest also.
Yeah.
Really, it's because I'm a deal guy, right? Back to the deal maker,
Yeah.
thing, like you
Mhm.
said. But that's my basic little trick. We should have just
Mhm.
taught a class on
Yeah,
that.
We should have, yeah.
Negotiations.
On the
But-
contrary to that, though, like from when I'm a listing agent, sometimes agents will just overkill their offers trying to be on top. Like they'll pay no regard to the fact that there's an appraisal contingency. And
Right.
they'll send almost 60,000 above ask. They'll
Yes.
try to close in like 2 weeks when my seller really needs a little time.
It's a trick.
Yeah, so you really, it's important to know what you're offering.
Well, shooting over too high is stupid.
Yeah.
Because anyway, if the listing agent is dumb enough to fall for it,
Mhm.
or the sellers, that's a whole other conversation to have. But
Yeah.
it's like you said, they don't ask.
Right.
So they and they're pushy about it, those people.
Mm.
Well, why not just have an open conversation like you said and listen
Mhm.
for people to tell you things. And I mean, you'll know in 2 minutes if you have a deal or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's,
it's
not
not-
always
it's not
about the
complicated.
price because I've had clients
The
where they've had like over and they're like, I like this one because of the terms. Like you said, I want to stay in my
Yeah.
house longer. This is
Mhm.
most important to me. And because that agent asked, they put that in the offer. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, closing time frame is always one of those like what's important to them
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
ask
Yeah.
for because that
Do you-
is very important. That's
Yeah.
like you said, a lot of time it is more important than the price.
It's
No, it
giving
might
them
not
the
be more
emotional
important than
comfort.
like 20,000, but
But
1,000.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I piss people off every single day when I represent buyers because we might technically have the lowest offer, but they take my offer
mhm.
because I come in with this team mentality and I'm going to get the deal done for you and I'll do whatever it takes. And I mean, there's more to this that we'll talk about another time, but it's heavy. I mean, we come in and we're like, wow, everything they need is right there. They have my title company, the attorney, anyone they want to talk to, the lender, everybody is right there communicating directly with the listing agent from the second I send the offer. And it really does make a big difference.
Yeah.
And even if I'm the lowest price for the buyers, they take it because they know I'm going to give them a no bullshit, no funny games transaction. And that's really what people want, right? They just want to sell their house and make their
Mhm.
money. And as agents, we don't like big headaches. Little ones happen
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
But the big ones, you want to avoid that problematic agent.
Yeah.
So it's just being a team player is what gets the
Mhm.
deals done. on
We
both
should have
sides.
you guys both on our YPN lounge.
know.
We have another.
On Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Kevin,
Yeah,
How'd
let's
you
do
know
it.
about that?
I'm on YPN.
Yeah. Okay. How
Yeah,
come
you
you never
actually
been
are
on
on
our
the
show?
I don't know. I don't know. Where do y'all
Kevin-
record it?
Kevin hasn't invited you.
We
No,
do it. Everybody's invited. We do it every week.
Just get on the
so
Clubhouse, huh?
I'll
Yeah.
message you the
Just
next
message
time
me.
we
Yeah.
meet.
All right, yeah.
It's
Just get on
I guess
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse is still
Like it's
Well,
just Zoom. Well,
we
it's
do
on
them-
Zoom now.
We
It's
put
the
it on
White Pin
Clubhouse
Lounge.
too,
It's
but it's mostly on.
So this is a Zoom call.
It's a live
Yeah.
call, but
Okay.
it's streamed out. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Cool. I
Let's
love
do
it.
YPN Lounge.
Yeah.
YPN.
YPN
See you guys
baby.
there.
All right.
Well, we're a little over
I
an
know,
hour,
far
so
away.
because I know you're busy and you're busy and everybody. I'm
Do
not
you-
busy today because I'm in Miami.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I'm hungry though.
I
I'm
know.
hungry.
Yeah, y'all should
I
eat.
know.
Well, there's a lot of good restaurants
Yeah.
on,
Oh,
that, on
yeah.
that list.
On
that I
my
sent
list.
you.
Can you guys go to lunch? I know you got a thing, right? Or can you go to
I,
lunch?
I'm probably gonna go
You
back
have
to the
an
baby.
appointment, right?
I'm probably
Yes,
gonna go back to the baby.
yes.
I need to eat. So
Well, let's go to
yeah.
lunch.
Okay.
Let's go to lunch
Um,
after this.
I don't know how you guys close out your podcast.
I'm gonna close it out.
Do you have like
I'm
a
gonna-
closing question or
Yes.
a closing statement?
So
How
I'm
do
gonna
you-
have each of you just tell us where we can find you, so we
Okay.
can
Oh, that's a
follow
good idea.
you,
Okay.
and then we'll just end it after that. So I'll start with you.
Okay. Follow me on Instagram. Khalid explains it all. I'll put it below. KHALID explains it all.
Oh, KAL.
KHALID.
Oh.
Yeah, Khalid.
Because I tried to find you and I had it with an E.
That's Khalid. Some say Khalid. Some
Well-
say Khalid. I'm Khalid. The
Khalid.
the studio, the studio,
Nice.
the AV Club Studios, and the Investment Property Gurus on Instagram.
And people
Cool.
can rent out your studio.
Yes, the AVClubStudios.com.
And
So if
it's
you're
a
in town-
very nice studio.
It
and
is
if you
beautiful.
hear how
Thank you.
sexy my voice sounds
Oh,
right now,
they're gonna.
this does not happen in every single podcast.
I want
studio.
one of
You wanna
these.
sound
I got
just
you.
like
It's
this.
amazing.
Rick Ross
I
was here
love
last week.
it. What's that?
Rick Ross was here last week. See that burn right there?
Yeah.
Rick Ross did that.
Rick Ross, you guys. Rick Ross was sitting right here.
Right there, right in your
I am
seat.
sitting in Rick
That's his
Ross's
burn.
seat right now.
Burnt my
There's a
table.
burn mark from
Burn.
Rick Ross.
Oh,
my
that's
God,
another
that's
conversation.
awesome.
Another
I-
conversation for another day. Yeah.
And I'm all careful with my Celsius. I'm like, just
Yeah,
don't
no.
drop it. Don't drop it.
Wow. Burning my table. It's okay. Where can we find? Okay, you steer.
And
You
so
steer.
did you tell all your handles?
Yeah, that's my
Okay,
yep. Drop
beautiful.
vote.
How about you, Nick? Where do we
Oh.
find you?
Nick Tiger Quay. So that's Nick Tiger Tiger, and then my last name is spelled Quay. So if you look at Nick Tiger Quay,
Yeah.
pretty much everywhere you'll find me, or just
YouTube.
go to Google.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I'm heavy on Instagram. I still got all my old school people on Facebook. My YouTube channel is there. If you just type in Nick Tiger Quay on any platform,
Yeah.
then
We'll
you'll
find
see-
you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I can't add you back right now on Instagram because I'm
Instagram
oh,
jail.
it's horrible. I'm temporarily in Instagram jail. It's making me crazy. Thank you, Instagram.
What'd you do?
My assistant logged in from another country on her cell phone the same
Oh.
time that I was logged in, and that's one of our rules not to do.
Yeah.
And my assistant didn't believe me that was going to get me banned for a little while.
Yeah.
So you guys can follow me.
He'll
but,
eventually
I think
follow you
you
back.
would
Just don't be offended if you don't follow back.
right away.
That's what
So
this is about.
but send me a message.
Yeah.
I can talk to you in the chat. I think they open it up, and I'll
Okay.
screenshot you and I'll add you back later.
there
But
you go.
That's
yeah,
it.
so it's just Nick Tiger Quay everywhere, and I serve a lot of the waterfront communities. I like the paddleboard, so I serve a lot of the waterfront communities, mostly from like Fort Lauderdale down through Miami, and then somehow I sell a lot of single family home and gated communities.
Nice.
But really, I'm a marketing guy, and so if you're looking for real estate needs down here, what I do is more on the marketing aspect, where I
Yeah.
can sell anything,
Yeah.
and I work with local agents in the neighborhood that know the neighborhood better than I. They can help articulate the values of the growth and development and long-term opportunities in the neighborhood.
Awesome.
And so I manage all the marketing and the negotiating side. And then I have other people help me that really have lived there for 15, 20 years, kind of show the house sometimes. So
Love it. I
that's the
love
way I
it.
work.
Gotta love it.
What about you,
Kyle.
bud?
How about just Kyle?
Eagle.
Eagle. So first, like you were spelling out your handle, and then and for Tiger you went I was like really hoping that you were gonna spell, or like in my head I was like T-I double gut no, it's T-I not double gut
I don't want to
Tiger.
confuse
Aren't there
it.
two G's in Tiger?
I think they're already.
Are there two G's in your Tiger?
Okay,
No.
Oh.
forget that I said anything. Tigger from
It's
Winnie the
not
Pooh.
Winnie the
I'm
Pooh,
trying to
bro.
be a
I-
millennial
I get
inserter
it.
now.
I get it.
It's Tigger, and Tigger was always my favorite when I
Oh,
was a kid.
Yeah.
Tigger.
The
Yeah.
bouncy and the
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
was kind of me.
Yeah,
All
Tigger
right.
was
Well,
cool.
I
Kyle with a
apologize
K.
for this tangent.
Confusing. It's Tiger with a
confusing.
G. Tiger, Tiger. Nick Tiger Quay. Thank you, Kyle, for confusing everyone.
Everyone.
Now
He's
people are
doing it on purpose. He's like,
"What?
I just got my
Where
license in Florida. I'm moving in. The Eagle. Hey, we're gonna have an Eagle and
The
Tiger
eagle
thing going.
is
You know
I
that?
landed.
don't,
The eagle has landed.
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
know if an eagle would take out a tiger. Just saying.
I think it could. I think
I
it
mean,
could.
if it scratches its
Well, if
eyes
it
out,
pecks
like
its
come
eyes.
down and
goes,
go back
goes
up
full
and
on Phoenix against the
Like,
do some-
basilisk, you know.
some
Yeah.
things.
Talons.
Anyways,
Anyways,
Kyle, where do we find you?
Kyle with a K.
Instagram is kyle.schultz.realtor. Schultz is SCHULZE.
wait, there's no T.
There is no T.
Are
There's
you?
an
That's why I
implied
couldn't
T.
Schultz.
find you either.
Yes.
Schultz.
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 Schulze.
Oh, we just learned something new.
I hear a T. That's interesting.
Yes.
I'm
so
sorry.
there's
Go
an
ahead.
implied T. I am not Kyle Schulze, that's spelled the exact same way, who is the deaf ninja on Ninja Warrior.
Oh.
So when you Google me,
Okay.
you know, and put the word realtor afterwards, or scroll
Yeah.
down to like
So
the 18th result.
if you see the guy doing backflips and hanging from monkey bars, it's not this Kyle.
It is not me.
You should have an eagle emoji. You should put a little eagle emoji. Like you saw some people have a check mark, eagle
Ooh,
emoji.
yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the
like
right
the
Kyle.
blue- like the blue
Name.
Yeah.
check mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In your name.
In lieu of that, yours is a eagle emoji.
Mine's Nick Tiger. I think it's Nick
Well,
Tiger.
I'm
Quay
talking
with
about
the-
Google
like it.
though. But
I
anyway,
Everywhere.
anyways,
I like
Everywhere.
it.
Is it?
or you can texting me is the best way to get a hold of me.
Oh yeah, look, I got it right here. See,
402-699-2220.
Yeah, I'm gonna show them.
We should have that like
Don't
screaming
say.
on the screen. Can you see that? I
I
know.
There we go.
like-
I don't. What are we showing?
I'm just showing the
With
tiger
the tiger man.
with this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I was an animal,
yeah.
I would be a phoenix.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Because I haven't many
Phoenix is
times
really
where
cool.
things were over and I came back
Yeah.
and rebuilt.
I love that.
Yeah, I'd be a phoenix.
Yep.
I love that.
Mhm.
Well, that's for your next branding exercise.
I need to
Yeah.
find my animal.
That's pretty cool.
We'll get together again.
Oh,
We'll do this again.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
let's
Let's
do it.
We should do this for like multiple people and just help everyone discover their brands.
I love
Like, we'll
that
be on the
so much.
road to
Yeah, like
the
a brand
building.
discovery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
have
mean,
to
that
make-
can be a whole series on its own.
it is.
Oh.
It just happened.
I love this
just
so
gave me
much.
an idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I dabbled with the podcast thing in the beginning of COVID, and I had a hard time getting people to show up as COVID. But we would do it on Zoom, and I used the same platform that you're using
yeah,
right now.
StreamYard.
And people wouldn't show up. And you know what? I've had this conversation with myself and with others. And if all I would have done is just picked up the phone and called my mom or called a few friends and put them on speakerphone,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would have had like hundreds of episodes.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
but no, you just gave me a good idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Do it.
I could
And-
see you
and I have
having
the
like a
studio.
tiger decked out studio. Even bring some
Yeah.
tiger stuff in here. We'll set up.
Yeah.
We'll put some tiger crap on the walls. Whatever, bro. We'll
I
make it
wanna-
happen.
There's a company that makes the LED
Yes.
logos and
On a, like a
acting.
neon
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah. So a buddy of mine built his podcast and he's got a hook on the wall.
Yep.
I say it comes off, but you got a
Yeah.
hook on the wall for so you can bring your logo and bring.
Yeah.
your
Ooh,
LED.
that's a great
Yeah.
idea.
I'm gonna have to. I'm
I
gonna
might
have to get
start
that
my
made.
own podcast.
Yeah, everyone should.
You
100%.
have your own podcast.
Well, I mean, it's not.
It's a live. Just it's a podcast now.
studio.
You just did.
It's like a
Welcome.
live
Well,
thing.
Now it's a podcast.
But this is a podcast because you can. Wait, are you not saving these and putting them on YouTube and putting them on?
She is now.
On the voice, whatever they're called.
No, I'm
Anchor.
not doing
Okay.
that, but I
Well,
need
we're
to.
gonna-
Now you will.
I'm
I'll
gonna
give you
do
this.
it.
We're gonna
I'll give you
talk at
this.
lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
All right, cool.
And then you can find me. I mean, you guys are already following me, but for your podcast,
Yeah. This is gonna go on my channel too. I hope you guys
Everybody.
like it.
Yeah, everybody's
my channel?
podcast.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
These people are amazing, y'all. Check them
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Billy and B Town, anywhere. Just that's where I'm at. Billy and B
Love
Town.
it.
BILLIE.
Yes, I.e. like
important to
Billie
know.
Eilish.
Like Billie
Important
Eilish.
to note. Yeah.
Billie Eilish stole my name.
That's
I was here
ridiculous.
first, Billie Eilish.
That's
if you're
ridiculous.
watching, but I love you anyway.
That's awesome.
All right.
Well, cool.
Cool.
Thank you.
It's been a
Thank
lot of
you.
fun.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
of
you.
course. Thank
And
you.
thank you,
Yeah.
Nick, and thank you,
Thank
Kyle,
you.
for driving all the way to Fort Lauderdale to do this.
And
of course.
I
Of
gotta
course.
say one more thank you though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kevin Pericelli.
Percelli.
Kevin Pericelli.
The
Kevin
man with many
Pericelli.
talents.
Where's the
Yeah,
thing?
this
We gotta
way.
find
The-
the-
Start over.
Shoot.
Start over. Kevin.
Hold on.
Kevin Pericelli. I
Kevin
think you want the gold one.
Pericelli.
that's the
There it is.
That's the
clapping
clap.
one.
That's what you want.
No, that's the whole
We
song.
want
Bow,
the applause.
bow, bow.
Oh, damn.
You want that one then.
Yeah,
Kevin Pericelli.
Kevin Pericelli.
Kevin Pericelli.
He's the
I mean,
connector.
And
Kevin
really,
is-
like in all
Yeah.
honesty, without Kevin Percelli, the four of us would
No.
not know each other. We would
Yeah.
not be in this
No.
room right
Kevin.
now.
That's
Kevin
true.
single-handedly.
we owe it all
Literally.
to you,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yes.
He
Yes.
handpicked
I'll buy
us
you
and he's like, you
a
guys
drink later.
have
Yeah. Kevin's the
hang
guy.
out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin's the guy.
Perfect.
We should get Kevin like his own episode.
We should.
Like everyone do one episode with Kevin. So
I love that.
Kevin,
Kevin.
you're coming, buddy. Let's go.
Yeah, Kevin did a coffee chat with me last year with Kyle. And
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
went,
I saw
we
that.
went,
I saw it
we
on your
went
page.
over an hour or two
yeah.
just
Yeah.
chatting about
That's a good sign. That's
Yeah.
a good sign. Those are the best.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I'm
Yeah, it's
going
been fun.
to hit in broadcast here, and then I'm going to walk over to my Instagram and hit in there.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Instagram seeing the behind the scenes. Yes.
Tiger team out.
Thanks for watching. Or you got it, Kyle? Kyle's doing it for me.
Kyle's pressing the button.
It's the X button.